Welcome, folks, to another edition of the Record Breaker with Ryan. I want to introduce again Ryan, who has the intelligence
of a lima bean?
of a lima
No, I hope
bean.
not.
Yeah, no.
For some of the things I do, some people might think that, but
Some people think you're crazy, some people think you're stupid, and some people just love you. But
that's the way it's always been.
that's the way the world works.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the way the world works.
So we're back to another edition here, and we had a little countdown.
Mike's
of
ready
the
to go
Record
over there.
Breaker. Actually, I
Ready to
want to
hit the
see that
buttons.
countdown. Can I see that new countdown?
5, 4,
Look at the numbers.
2, 1.
There it goes. See how the numbers come flying in like that? Does that look pretty cool?
Nice job. I like that.
Yeah. So you got to do something with, the next record you should do, you have to do something where there's time to it. Can you do that?
Yeah. And,
Find something,
Also, you have an interesting idea. Perhaps you should tell people about it, or maybe we could save it for next show.
Yeah, what we're going to do for the next show is we're going to institute a first, which we're going to continue doing, and that is we're going to make a phone call to some Bellows Falls residents, and if they have internet connection and they're near a computer, we're going to ask them to join us as a witness via the web watching you break a record. And if they say yes, we'll have somebody extra to, make comments or whatnot. So,
Or perhaps you can also just say now, if anyone wants to do that ahead of time, just call the TV station.
or
and
they
do
could
that.
do it ahead of time,
Do
but I
that
think it would be
afterwards.
more fun if we did it live. So,
We'll be doing it a lot, right? So
yeah.
it's all good, right?
So we'll do it every
Sounds
show. And we'll only ask 3 people. If we don't get one out of 3, then we won't have an extra witness. So.
All right.
And
Interesting
then I'll make the
ideas.
phone call the first couple of times, and then you can try it the next couple of times, right? How's that sound? Good?
Sure. Your creative wheels are always spinning. I like
Yeah,
that.
Do something interesting,
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably just call a lot of old people that are like, what's the computer? What? Spend half the time trying to tell them to go to www.factdate.com.
Out of fairness, were you not going to introduce the robot, or this is my new
This is a
friend?
robot here. This is my new body that I've taken over, and so this is what I look like for the rest of the show, I guess.
After 2 shows, you deserve a good intro too. So
Yeah,
that's how
better
it works.
body, yeah.
But I guess that people want to know what I'm doing here at the TV station on the show called The Record Breaker today. I don't really have any car explosions. That's kind of hard to accommodate inside this TV studio. But I have some interesting clips of things related to that. But I have some actual magic tricks kind of things I thought I'd try, and you can try them at home because I have tutorials on how to do them. And I don't know, I'm exploring a new thing today, but someday I will probably need to jump in a tub of Jello because of all the things I've done here. People tell me that Jello was the most interesting thing. I think people are mystified how someone could eat Jello with chopsticks, and I can assure you it is very difficult.
Well,
But-
I think you got to try to find some more records to attempt, some more eating ones, some more timed ones. Try to find some of that stuff, and I think you're gonna, a lot of people are gonna watch that.
Yeah, not to
I
worry.
mean, I know you got a record like the most receipts, but visually, that's not very exciting.
Yeah, I have some surefire ones I'll be good at, and I mean, as of now, this show has brought in 2 records, but
Yeah, 2 records.
There'll be more. I know what places to redirect my skills, and not to worry. I'll explore different facets of my many talents, or at least I like to think I have many talents. Or I seem to have I have a few at least. I'll say.
Is there any record for the most number of sheep balls or something?
Sheep balls. I don't even know what that is.
Sheep balls. Come on.
Oh,
sheep
okay. Oh, okay. I don't know.
I mean, that would be an easy one as long as you can just get
I
past
have
the taste.
a contract with fine print. I don't do anything too weird or
Oh, come on. You gotta
nothing
do
with
that one. Come on.
pyrotechnics.
That's easy. You
But
gotta-
actually, the first one will get people interested in trying. They're attempting to move beyond their skills. This first video I have of these amazing basketball guy. Maybe we should show that.
What is it, basketballs?
It's basketball. It's golf balls. It's everything. The guy
Golf
must have
balls,
been doing it forever.
basketballs, golf balls. So I guess we're going to try to run the first clip here, and we'll see if it pops up. And there it goes. Let's see, Tim Nolan. We got music for this? Oh, there we
We
go.
got some pretty awesome music. bet all the practice is also on video too. I'm sure there's no way he gets them all right on video camera. I'm sure there are many more takes that maybe I'll have to search those on the internet too, the ones when he missed. Unless he's like subhuman or I don't know, some kind of robot like you are here, like you've turned into.
Oh, there you go. That was a good one. Yeah, I think he goes. It looks like he goes around and does kids shows.
Perhaps they'll come to the high school. I know they've gotten some cool stuff. They got the Globetrotters there before. Donkey basketball.
Yeah, you should work on it. See if you can get into high school.
I could send him another email. I know he let me use this clip, so maybe he does a tour or something.
Yeah. Where's he? Oh, you messed
I
up
don't
on
like
that
him.
one. There you go.
For sure.
He was drinking that day.
That was the best ever. That was awesome. No other word to describe it. I was almost blinded by its awesomeness there. The astounding shot, I have to say.
He's probably a good pool player too.
I wonder if he ever won like $1 million in those half-court shots, if he ever got the chance to do that. You ever seen that at a professional basketball game? They get someone to go up there, shoot the $1 million shot.
If I got $1 for everything stupid I could do, I'd be a millionaire.
You know what's a good video on YouTube with basketball is there was this guy who did really awesome in this horse challenge, and he had to do some certain trick shots to get in it, but then he actually played LeBron James, and he actually beat him in horse, like the greatest basketball player considered, right? I mean, that's what they say.
Yeah, LeBron James. Yeah, good thing you bring that name up.
Yeah,
Anyways, you see how crazy people got over LeBron James?
yeah, I heard they took his poster down in Ohio, in Cleveland. They had a big poster on the wall. They took it down.
It's kind of funny, the banks could rob you blind, but nobody gets mad and protest. But when LeBron James moves to Miami, it's the end of the world,
I don't know. Yeah,
Values of America, huh? You know what?
Basketball is a good game. I love this game.
It's a game, though. That's the thing. It's a game.
Yeah. There's also a group of cool guys I found on YouTube who that's all they do is trick shots. They like fly a helicopter, drop it in a basketball hoop, and they've actually done some like commercials, like big commercials. I think some actual Jeep company or something, or some car company was sponsoring them, and they're actually quite famous now. I emailed them a jump shot to do. I said, "Can you hit a basketball with a golf club into a hoop from a building?" Something to that effect.
And they're going to try it?
Perhaps they'll try it. They tried so many things, so, or maybe I'll just try it.
Yeah, maybe you should try it. No, what you need to do is find some actual eating or timed records that we can do in here, something like that.
I bet I could shoot some pretty good trick shots. If you gave me 12 hours with the Fax TV camera, I could get some, and maybe we could throw it on YouTube. Not quite like that guy, perhaps, but that guy's probably been doing it his whole life.
Oh,
So.
maybe. Possibly. So, what's the next clip? We got any other clips here?
We have like a magic trip. It's very tricky.
Do you want to try to do something here first before we go to another clip?
I'll do it afterwards, but this
Okay.
one is something people could try at home if they happen to have a spoon ready, handy, and it's pretty simple. I guess I just kind of randomly was surfing and found this, and I thought perhaps some people find this interesting, and I will be experimenting it with it afterwards. So.
Okay. All right, let's go to another clip and see what's going on. As soon as we get it queued up here, and
Assuming
keep
that I'm
going.
hoping this is the spoon clip.
I guess
Oh,
the
this
clip
one's
isn't
not
starting
starting.
here.
This was the spoon magic trip. All right, trick.
Yeah, nice.
What the clip after that? That one should be. Maybe we should cut to the oil spill one.
No, you just got to go in order here. If it
All
doesn't
right,
start.
go in
I
order.
don't know. All right, we don't have the clip up yet here, but we'll get it up. But let's. What do you want to talk about? You got a new girlfriend or anything?
Actually, I do. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, I knew I should have asked that question. So,
Yeah.
what's her name?
Her name's Kathy.
So, does she go to the school you go to?
No, she's going to school to be a nurse real soon, and so she
we'll-
said she'd come on the show.
We'll
one
talk
time.
about Kathy later on after the clip.
All right,
But,
sounds good.
let's roll it.
I'm going to practice as I watch this because it was a while ago when I did this. I love the music. It's very relaxing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, doing pretty good there. Is it all about angle?
I think it is.
Yeah, that's
If
all
you
it
look
is.
at his hands, you can catch on to the
You have
trick
to do it
before.
straight on. That's all.
This kid is probably pretty amateur. I don't think he has a contract to go to like Las Vegas and do shows, but still, this is something. He is working at a career maybe in the future. Perhaps he could juggle really well. I don't know. I have to search more of his videos, perhaps.
All right. Well, you're gonna try this trick for us, right?
I'm just gonna see what happens. Yeah, maybe if all goes to hell, I'm hoping you guys can edit over it and make the spoon go up and do a million jumps. That would be
Oh,
nice.
we don't do any editing here. No.
We'll do it as hopefully the viewers are doing it. They probably do better than me if they think this is cool. You know, if you're ever out on a date or you're having a boring dinner, you're like, hey, check this out. I can make the spoon look like it's bending for no reason in gravity.
Oh, trick revealed. All right. I think you can do it.
What is it? I guess what.
I think that is difficult.
However, the other one I think is I actually think I'm the underdog for getting that one done because that is harder than it looks. That's one thing I think with the pencil trick. If hopefully we can roll that later.
Hey, I
See what
like
they
this
come
music
to.
here. Where's it from?
It's very upbeat. I'm not sure.
It's Superman from Spanish.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like my new intro music, by the way. Wasn't that an 80s theme song? No. No.
These are coming back.
No, it's very. It's just like it's a nice little techno song of the times of today. I like it. Sounds good for the show. That for some reason when I hear this music, I think like space aliens are coming down or something weird is happening. Just like this, the spoon is bending by its own. It's perfect for something weird occurring at any time of the day. This would be the song I would play for any weird event that happens tomorrow for me.
Yeah. I would- All right, I think we get the idea. Let's do it. Let's see if you can do it, all right? Let's come back to Ryan. Let's see if, come on, hold
Is
the
there
fork
that
up.
much to do, really? I guess
Let's see if you can do it.
He just did this.
Do we need to change the angle?
He just
I think you're good.
his hand. The trick is don't let anyone see your bottom hand moving, and eventually you have this bent fork come out. Or he had a spoon, but what's the difference?
Alright.
I'll bend it a little more.
No, yeah.
So people at home, if they try, what do you just You
Well,
just
I think we
make
need
like
to
you
get a
push
close up here, okay? So why don't you, can you turn towards this camera and do the trick?
Sure. Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys have the new teleprompter right in front of me.
Well, we don't need it, but go ahead and turn.
All right. I don't want to say I'm the instructor or anything
All right,
like
couldn't
that.
go
I'm
hold
just-
hold the fork up. Okay, make it look like it's straight. No, he was holding it up, man. It's just
Okay, it's like
there.
straight like
it's
this.
the angle. You see how it looks
Yeah.
straight right there? So
It's
you can
all
hold it up
angles
higher.
here.
Hold it up higher. Keep holding it up. Okay, so there you go. So see that angle?
Yeah.
So that looks like it's a straight fork.
Okay.
So now you slowly put your hand up, slowly bend it towards us, or turn just towards it toward us until you see the bend. Okay, see how that works? Now you almost had it there. All right.
It's just an angle illusion. It's like
I know, but you got to do it right so it looks like no. But hold the fork up higher.
there you go.
No, hold the fork up higher. Come on. No.
Up
no.
higher, which
No,
way?
I need to see more of the bottom of the fork.
Oh, I got you. I got
Keep
you.
going. Keep going. Okay, now hold it straight. Now it looks like a straight fork.
All right. Now
Okay, now push it down.
the force of me is
But
pushing
keep it straight though. Okay, and then when now we see the bend, and it looks like you bended it. See?
All right, yeah.
That's an easy trick, man.
Guess what?
But it works.
Here's a better trick, so I don't annoy the owner of this fork. I can't remember whose it was. I'll bend it back. Forks are fun, yes. You can do, Matt. I'm sure there's more to forks than just that. I'll see if I find anything even better than that, but the pencil thing is very awesome. You know, some things are just optical illusions. There's a hill in Canada called Magnetic Hill.
Yep.
And people have claimed for years that they'll put their car in neutral and they'll just go straight up the hill. But what really is going on, I think, from what I gather, is that it's just the way the hill looks. It's really not going, you're not going uphill, it's going downhill. It's just some kind of special incline that it looks like you're moving uphill, but in fact, you're just going downhill.
It's just an illusion.
Yeah, I think so.
Or where was that again?
It's in New Brunswick,
Oh,
Canada.
New Brunswick in Canada.
Not too
Yeah.
far from here, in driving distance.
You
be
should
cool
go
to
up
see.
there and film it.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos on YouTube, people just going up there, and I've seen some people jump out of their car and run beside it. I don't know if I'd try that. Might get a ticket for that or two.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Canadian State Troopers would be so cool with that,
I'll
but
definitely check that out, you know.
but yeah, some things are just an optical illusion. I don't really know why I put the next video on there, but I guess it's an idea that here I am doing these little tricks, but I guess the point of it would be don't ever take a snowmobile off a mountain. I don't know, these are little stunts, but my point is I will never go jumping off a mountain. I'm not really sure why I put this one. I guess if my show is getting boring, I now have a video clip that's pretty awesome of these weird snowmobile incidents going on, and hopefully everybody is okay, but if you want to show that's a whole other topic though, really.
All right, let's go
I
for
believe
it.
it's the
Let's see
next
if,
one.
see
I
if we
hope
can
so.
see the clip here. All right, here we go. Dangers of the wild.
There are many dangers in the wild. Just watch. Oh my god, I hope those people okay.
Oh, wow,
That's terrible.
Wherever we venture,
Can't be too careful.
Oh, God, that's pretty bad.
can often be deceived. An inbuilt part of the human psyche is always to go one step further than we probably should. In America,
Yeah, this
a
is
man
the
drove
point
his
now.
snowmobile
Don't try this
just
at
a
home
few
or
feet to
This-
out in the wild. I mean, say.
I think this guy
Have fun with
escapes.
the spoon tricks. No need to go up a mountain like at an angle quite like that.
This guy escapes. He snowmobiles.
I hope he
down.
does. Of course,
I've seen this one.
It's crazy. I've seen it a few times. I think on various TV shows.
The only thing I knew to do was just move out of the way because it's going to come get me.
Yeah, he outruns the avalanche with the snowmobile.
Wow.
All right,
that
that
was
it.
crazy.
That was only 2 clips.
That was pretty random.
Yeah.
But do you know what to do in an avalanche? I have no idea. There is the thing to do. Try to get to the top. Poke a hole for air.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Yeah, if you can,
Yeah.
you know.
Try to surf the wave. But is there really the only place I could think of at the moment? I'm sure there's other places to be cautious of. Would be Mount Washington. There probably are avalanches there. Actually, I think someone unfortunately recently went over a waterfall there and died. Sadly, some hiker person. That was like this past month. I read it in the Rabbit Reformer. So, yeah.
Yeah, you really shouldn't go outside. No, I'm just joking.
I have, to get even more off topic, I know Jake is big on politics, or the robot Jake, I should say.
Oh, no, wait a minute. We forgot to talk about your girlfriend there, Kathy.
Oh, well, we can come
Yeah,
back
no,
to
we
that.
can
All
talk
right, we can
about
talk
that
about it
first,
now.
so-
I was going to talk about it.
So, wait, so she's from where again?
She's from Fitchburg, Mass, actually.
Oh, really? And she's starting to be a nurse?
Yep.
Does she live in Fitchburg, Mass? She lives in
She's
the
really
city?
cool. Yeah, she lives in Fitchburg.
Oh, really?
She has a lot of similarities here. She's in the psychology
So do you guys like
department.
meet up in Keene or something?
Yeah, or something like that. And then also, she's going to be a nurse. I'm studying to be EMT. We have a lot in common. I think the only thing we don't have so much in common is that she hasn't broken a world record yet. So
Has she seen
she's
your
in a-
show?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
So she's
What'd she
in a-
say? She's like, yes, I'm going out with you because you
I don't know.
eat bananas.
I think she said she was going to beat the banana record. Actually,
Oh,
That's her
she
first
said
year.
she's going to beat your banana record?
Yeah.
Actually, I would probably like to see a female eat bananas, so. Yeah, have
Um,
her come on in. See if she can beat the banana record.
I don't think she's okay. She's going to come be a guest, perhaps. I don't think she's not doing anything crazy on the show.
She won't do anything crazy.
She said she'd come on and help me out.
Hey, what about the longest kiss? The
the
longest recorded kiss, we could beat that because I think that's on some film somewhere. So we just just find that record.
I think the record you're thinking of is like 10,000 people kissing
No,
simultaneously, but it's not
There's
for
the
one
longest
person.
kiss ever recorded.
There's the longest handshake that was like 2 hours.
Find
or
something like
I mean,
that.
like 2 days.
Oh, 2 days. Yeah,
But-
I gotta sit around here for 2
Yeah,
days.
she will hopefully come on the next show, if not that one after that one, and I will definitely try and get her to come up
Yeah.
here. I think she's coming for Old Homes Days up this way, so we'll see. That should be fun. That's coming up around the bend. That's
Yeah.
next weekend, right? That's
That
not this
sounds
weekend,
good.
the weekend after. I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure Fax TV will be filming the fireworks, right?
Somebody will, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But if I can get off topic for a minute, I had a video for Jake, the computer, and Jake, and they are one and the same, the faceless witness. But it was about the oil spill, and it was actually this interesting concept, and I would not agree with that,
Let's
what
just-
they were doing in the video. But I wanted to hear Jake's full opinion on that because he always
let's
has
take a
opinion.
look. Let's take a look.
Reportedly reached the U.S. state of Louisiana. Well, BP is preparing for a huge operation to avert an environmental catastrophe. The enormous amount of crude has been leaking daily since the devastating explosion off the U.S. coast almost 2 weeks ago. On Thursday, a giant funnel will be installed at the scene to channel oil from the seabed to the surface, where it can be collected safely. However, with the energy company itself not sure it will even work, some Russian experts say a radical solution from Soviet history could be a way out. Yekaterina Azarova has the details.
A pillar of fire, 120 meters tall. That alone is tough to extinguish, but when the fire is fueled by natural gas, it becomes pretty much impossible. In 1963, one of the Soviet Union's gas-rich locations was badly drilled. This was the result, with the flame burning for 3 years, the intensity never waning. All possible ways of fighting the flames were tried, to no avail.
It's 12 million cubic meters of gas burning daily. Now multiply that by 3 years. And the price of gas. Nothing worked. The flames were unstoppable. So our boss, the Minister of Nuclear Energy, came to us and said, "Boys, let's help out." And we did.
The offered solution? A nuclear explosion. Now that, to a layman, might sound like swapping a big problem for an even bigger one. But is that the case?
Think of it as a doctor's case. You have a small problem, you take some pills, maybe stay in hospital for a while. But if the problem is incredibly serious, you will probably have to undergo surgery. This is what we were, surgeons. It was a last resort, but it worked.
It was nowhere as easy as it sounds, however. Although peaceful nuclear explosions had been tested in both the Soviet Union and the United States by this point, to use a nuclear device for such a measure was a first.
The idea was to drill a small angled shaft and set off the bomb so that the explosion would block the leak. But people weren't sure where to drill because no one knew where exactly the pipe leak was. And it was so loud, you can't imagine what a fire like this sounds like. Worse than 100 jet planes all at once. Difficult to access, difficult to work close to. It was a tough job.
Despite these problems, all went well. The leak was closed, the method pronounced effective, and later used on several other similar problems.
The explosion should be carried out above the
Later
leaking
used
hole.
on several other
After the
similar
blast, the hole seals up. It's similar to stopping the oxygen supply in a human being.
Now, some have already suggested that this approach could help stop the catastrophic oil leak in the Gulf of Mexico.
If the explosive element fits the well, then it's possible to use it in this case. Anyway, workers in the Gulf need to tie up the well where oil leaks out, and there are two possible ways to do it: a nuclear explosion or another well.
But the situations are very different. The Soviet gas leak was in the middle of a desert with not much flora and fauna to suffer from potential after effects. The Gulf's wildlife is already critically damaged by the leak, but a nuclear explosion, however small, may add to the ecological disaster rather than prevent it. Katerina Azarova, RT, Moscow.
Yeah, definitely interesting. So that just goes to what I was saying, that Russia did that was Russia today. So Russia has used something like that to stop a leak. But again, it being under the sea, I think, provides a lot more problems. So
Yeah, I actually want to thank Russia Today because when I asked them to use that video, they said, "Yeah, can you thank Russia Today?" And I do want to thank them. They have a great YouTube channel there with all their videos and
Yeah.
everything.
And they usually have good-looking host on their show. Too,
Also, well, my theory in that one would be, no, I don't think they should do that because, well, if the relief well does not work, there's a serious issue. But if they were going to do that, if they could predict the future after the first day the oil well started happening, maybe then. But who knows how catastrophic that could be. But I guess I don't know. There's no way to saying. I would not. I would not want to make that decision if I had to. But I think they know what they're doing. I don't think they're actually taking that idea seriously yet. But
well, it all depends if it gets worse or if it gets better. You know, if the sea floor is cracked, you know.
No, I think
the sea floor is cracked because of the pressure, because it maybe filled another cavern.
My only
in there, you know, it might be you know, they might have, it might be a mute point, you know.
Yeah, but my biggest concern would be that it would cause an earthquake on the southern border of the United States.
Yeah, there would be a tsunami to contend with. They probably evacuate everybody.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what the Russians are. They're brilliant over there, the scientists, everything. But whoever's idea that was, I don't know. I mean, it worked in that case, but no one was probably around, right, when they blew up the.
Well, they were in the middle of the desert. You know,
yeah,
that well, they
go.
didn't tell you, but that well that they drilled in there's a couple other times that they drilled. All those things they were drilling really far. They were drilling really deep. You know, farther than anybody has drilled before. You know, deep drilling, and that's where they hit these pressures that they couldn't stop. And so, you know, BP is lied, and the information is all convoluted. But that's what BP was doing in the middle of the Gulf. They were drilling a super well, really deep, and they hit pressures that they couldn't control. You know. Now, fortunately, they have some sort of cap on it, but you know.
Yeah, with the cap, there's no way that cap is going to hold. I mean, over time, any pressure against something for a long enough time, I imagine, will damage it. They'll have to keep. If they're just going to do a cap trick forever, they'll have to replace it like every month at least. It already is leaking.
How bad it is. If they hit something huge and they cap it, and then the pressure actually builds, and you know. Builds inside and then goes up into the other layers of the earth, you know, like closer to the sea floor, then, you know, there's a lot more issues there. But yeah, that's what BP did. I mean, that's not out in the news yet, but they dug a super deep well down there that they weren't even authorized to, you know, drill. And so looking for what some geologists call abiotic oil, which is oil that's actually made, it's not decomposed oil of fossils. You know, there's a sect of geologists that believe that oil is actually being created in the center of the earth, and that there's these huge pockets of this created oil, and that's what they did. I think that's what they hit, you know.
Yeah.
They don't want to tell anybody that, though, because if they tell everybody that oil is abundant and being made in the earth, then the price of it really shouldn't be that high, you know. So it's all a big scam, you know, like diamonds. Diamonds are only semi-precious stones. They're not even that, they're everywhere, okay? But the fact of the matter is that De Beers has monopolized the market, and they control the flow of it out into the market, so they keep the price, you know, high. It's just crazy, and I think that's what the oil companies is. You know, we hear all this baloney about peak oil, you know, the oil's going to run out. You know, that's just a bunch of malarkey. What it really is that it's the cabal of oil companies trying to keep the price at a certain level. So that's what I think. So I think this oil spill in the Gulf is actually, you know, a good indication why because here, BP first lied. The oil spill happened, they started lying about the amount of oil that was getting spilled out in there. You know, why would they do that? The only reason why they would do that would be to protect the fact that oil is abundant. You know, but eventually they had to admit that there was a lot of oil spilling out from the pipes. So, anyways, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, well, you have a lot of food for thought.
So next time when you're at the gas pump and you're paying a high price and you think that there's going to be no more oil, you know, oil's running out, you got to check your mindset there.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I know the answers at this point. I do want to say one thing, though. I had heard about a similar thing that happened in the 70s in the Gulf of Mexico, I believe it was too. And yeah, the oil was leaking out of the earth, and it took about 10 months, and they got the relief wells to fix it. But I don't think it compares to this one. Somehow this one is just more massive.
Maybe they didn't get the media coverage too. You know, you also have to think that you bring that up, that there was another one in the Gulf a while ago. How come the media wasn't there? The media, the corporate media, just goes where their bosses tell them. So if their bosses are basically the elites of the world, you know, why did the elites tell them to point the cameras at this leak? Why would they do it?
Yeah,
And I think the reason would be, you know, there's a big agenda about getting a carbon tax going, you know. It didn't, they had a, you know, the Copenhagen was a huge failure. They didn't get what they wanted, so, you know, maybe by showing this oil spill out into the Gulf the whole time, they can be like, they can, you know, get some good out of it, you know, supposedly.
Yeah, that could be true. In all fairness, though, I don't know if the media covered the one in the 70s a long time ago. I read that in an encyclopedia about it. I don't know how everyone in the world reacted to it, but maybe they did. Maybe you're right. Who knows?
They probably just covered it up. I mean, if they, you know, the oil companies have enough money that they could pay off any news organization not to cover it. News organizations, they just they don't. I mean, the corporate ones don't really care. So, you know, they could have buried this story in page 6 like they do every other story.
Sadly, though, that particular oil spill, the one in the Gulf today, will probably make it in the Book of Records as the largest oil spill ever. And yeah, not everything in the Book of Records I would want to be like. I think Bernie Madoff is in there and these other things. So, you know, cookbooks are cool and banana eating contests, but those are things I think.
You don't want to be like the biggest thief in the world.
Yeah, I won't. That's not necessary. No, thank you.
Yeah, anyways.
So yeah, we did a couple 360s there, from the oil spill to snowmobiles to spoons, and then there was one last clip if you want to go that's totally off topic from where we've been sort of, but it's getting back to where we started, if that makes any sense, because that was like this pencil tutorial trick I thought was kind of cool. If someone has a desk job, maybe someday they'll do it quite a bit, because yeah, if you have your extra free time and you happen to have a pencil close by, I recommend you try it, and it's just kind of neat. However, I hope the video worked. Before it wasn't working. If not, I can just kind of show you what it's all about.
He lives in Japan, you think he's a man. He could do good, so you gotta understand. Watch what he does, you might catch a buzz. When there's a wave, okay, surf's up.
Eric Surf 6.
Hi there, this video is a tribute to the pencil trick tutorial for being my first video to reach 1 million views. Cue corny sound effects. You know, it's really amazing that this little two-toned colored pencil has gotten over 1 million views. So what exactly is the pencil trick? Well, it's just this. In fact, it's so simple, I'm not even sure that it qualifies as a trick. But I'm afraid we have a little problem. According to the comment section in the video, a lot of you are still having difficulty with this trick. So what I've decided to do is use some different objects, which should make it even easier to see how this trick is done. Let's start with an ear of corn. Starting with your thumbs at the top, bring them down to the bottom, back up to the top. Pretty simple. How about a larger object? Baseball bat.
I don't really see the point in this, to be honest with you.
We
Really nothing special.
We don't have to finish the rest of it.
An ukulele.
Perhaps he's right. It's not enough to be a trick.
How about a tripod?
I think he's doing it too fast, but I think that's the beauty of it, because he's doing it so fast you don't really see what he's doing. But all he's really
Now,
just...
I'd like to ask you one last time.
Perhaps this is the least technical trick ever known to man.
Can you do the pencil trick?
I think I can do it. You want to try it there?
Yeah, go ahead and try it. I don't...
Well, all he did was
I
this.
don't really see the...
Am I not
Doesn't
correct?
really look that spectacular, though. But go ahead. I've got this camera zoomed up, so look at this camera, Ryan.
All right. I mean, I take it this is... He was going a bit fast for anybody to learn that. I mean, I think he just does it really fast, and yeah, that's... I think I got it right, maybe.
No, you got to start with the outside. Oh, yeah, go for it and go.
And he just goes... That's about as interesting as this one used to be.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know. That guy has some really good stuff. That one might not be his best trick, but he has an awesome YouTube channel, I have to say.
Well, anyways, yeah, I mean, it's probably hard to do, but it doesn't look spectacular, you know? That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
But I think we're rounding up to the end of the show, and I'm getting tired. I need to go down to the Gulf and get some more oil for my stomach.
All right, this show has not really required any drum rolls or anything, but yes, next I've been hearing requests for something crazy, so beware. Be expecting that. I'll do something wild. No pyrotechnics or anything weird with nothing not in the contract or whatever, but I'll find something really good.
You better do something. You better find something. I want to see a record. Okay, you know, something, maybe something eating, something timed, something simple. Right? Those
All
three
right,
things.
but I'm glad you got to talk your politics because it's good to have a little segment for that because you always have politics in your mind. You would be cutting from Jello to politics in other episodes, so
Yeah.
here we had a whole little segment.
I think
for
this
your
is. I
politics.
think you should have a little segment of politics. You know, we can't just be all fun and games all the time.
All right, you're right. Yes,
We'll have some things.
it's true.
But anyways, next time we can talk about is Paul really dead from the Beatles?
Okay, I've heard that about Jim Morrison that people don't think he's really.
Yeah, or any
people think he's
musician's
still
dead.
alive somewhere on some island.
See, I want to make that movie. You know. Well, actually, you ever seen the movie Pauly Shore is Dead?
I have heard about it. I never actually got to see
great
it. I
film,
wanted
great
to.
film. It's kind of cheesy, but it's still good. And Pauly Shore fakes his own death so that he could, you know, get his fame back and make money.
Okay.
And it worked for a little while until they found out he faked his death. But
Pauly Shore is a cool guy in my book, so
yeah.
yeah, we will leave a political segment for you in the future for sure for the robot and yourself and the person controlled by the robot, the faceless witness of the Jake. And also, I think we should try definitely. Yeah, we will be doing that next show hopefully with calling people, getting help through the computer. That would be really a lot of technical fun, I think.
Oh
Good
yeah.
idea.
We'll get the second witness.
So I think I should retire myself here. I hope I was somewhat exciting, but I think I'll be more exciting next week, so not to worry. But unless the robot wants to say something, I think I got.
Well, it doesn't matter
I
if
said
you break
everything.
the record. All the people want to see you do is try to attempt to break a record
They
that
wanna
they've
see-
never known.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is I'm glad that we're doing it consistently because the worst thing to do is to do a show every other month.
Yeah.
So as long as you're here every other weekend, every other Friday, people are going to tune in. And if you have a political section, you know, if you get me really going, people might really.
I'll
be
get
serving.
you heated up. I have some things. I know you're
Alright.
pissed off about a few things. I mean, angry. I should say rather. Or,
Pissed off's good.
Bernie Sanders. I know you're upset about.
What you
him,
should do is,
but
yeah,
we should save
Bernie
that
Sanders, you
for next
sold us
show.
out. Yes, we can talk about that next episode. We'll talk
Okay.
about that next episode.
All right. Well, thank you for everyone watching, and please contact the TV station if you ever want to come on my show. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll let the robot sign off. He always does something good.
I just want to say that Ryan may not be the one who's going to save the world, but that's all I got to say. So I'll see ya.